Dozens of Afghan families gathered outside a safe house in Pakistan, where they've been waiting for 3 years for the Canadian government to make good on its promise.
There's no hope from Canada, so we have been in a very bad situation.
Mohammed worked for the Canadian Embassy in Afghanistan for 5 years, promoting women's education, which the Taliban fiercely opposes. As Taliban gunmen clawed back control of Afghanistan in the summer of 2021, Mohammed's family went into hiding, along with hundreds of others who'd worked for Canada. Mohammed's wife was 7 months pregnant, and their baby was born prematurely. As the country descended into chaos, the couple couldn't get to the hospital. Their baby died 2 days later.
We are not feeling well. My wife gets depression, my children get depression.
Mohammed received this letter from the Canadian government requesting he be given safe travel to board an organized evacuation flight to Canada. Then, an ISIS-K suicide bomber attacked Kabul's airport, suspending all flights. Instead of rescuing those who'd worked for Canada, it was recently revealed that Canadian special forces were diverted to help around 200 Afghan Sikhs with no ties to Canada. That request came from then Defense Minister Harjit Sajjan.
Because I'll be honest with you, it was utter BS.
He said he asked but never ordered the military to rescue the Sikhs, nor prioritize them. Veterans groups aren't buying it.
If he's pretending like he didn't know that that was going to be interpreted as an order, he's either extremely incompetent or he's lying.
Government documents show Canadian Sikh groups lobbied Ottawa for months before the Taliban takeover to rescue Afghan Sikhs and Hindus. But immigration officials said the minority group was generally not facing a direct threat and would not normally be prioritized for resettlement. The Trudeau Liberals, while campaigning for the federal election in September 2021, drafted a new temporary policy, Operation Canadian Safe Haven, to allow the rescue of all at-risk refugees, whether or not they have qualified under Canadian or Allied Forces special immigration programs. The result? Of the 3,700 Afghans rescued on evacuation flights, only around 500 had actually worked for Canada. Thousands of others were left behind, many fleeing here to Pakistan, living illegally, unable to work or go to school.
We don't have any financial support.
Fareshta Amini was an Afghan MP until the Taliban drove women out of politics. One of her colleagues, Taliban critic Mursal Nabizada, stayed behind and was later shot and killed. She was killed because of Canada's delayed process, Amini says. We believed in the compassion of the Canadian people, but now we find ourselves abandoned. The families rarely leave their Pakistan safe house, fearing arrest and deportation back to Afghanistan, ruled by a regime they helped to fight. Jeff Semple, Global News, Toronto.